Do you want insight into how I keep up with everything happening in the news? Stick around until the end of this video for an important offer from Ground News. Hey, before I get started here, I want to remind you and again extend an invitation for you to join me and Brittany Page on election night, November 5th, Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to begin the stream covering the results of the election. We will go for hours. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have some special guests. We got a lot of things in store, some video clips. We're going to be talking to the audience. It's going to be great. It's not going to be stuffy, as I would assume you would assume with my involvement that it's not going to be like what you're going to be watching on CNN. So anyway, we put a lot of effort into this. I think you will enjoy it, and I invite you. You can go to the website below, that's linked below, and click remind, I think, and YouTube will just remind you that, hey, you wanted to watch this. So we look forward to seeing you. Let's talk about Donald Trump. And I'm going to continue to say the thing I've said for months and months, maybe years and years, that we need to stop giving Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt. We need to stop acting like, well, that's just Donald Trump being Donald Trump, when he says things that are ominous in nature, vaguely threatening about the former First Lady of these United States, Michelle Obama. And then I'm going to play some clips about him rambling and chastising and being just beside himself. I do declare, Kamala Harris said the F word. Oh my God. Donald Trump can't believe that someone might use the F word. Donald Trump. First, though, let's talk about this particular statement that he made yesterday in Atlanta at a rally, where he says, that was a big mistake that you made, Michelle Obama, by criticizing me. Among other insane things, completely detached from reality and the history that we all know Donald Trump has with the Obamas, up to and including vile and disgusting racism.
Tens of thousands of criminals released, 21 million people released into our country over the last few years. We have no idea who the hell they are, where they come from. It was open borders policy of Kamala, not a great policy, not a wise. Does anybody like the idea of open borders for the world to come in? No? She loves it. I don't think she does. I don't think she knows what the hell she's doing. With your support on November 5th, you know what's nasty to me? Michelle Obama. Ooh. I always tried to be so nice and respectful. Oh, she opened up a little bit of a box. She opened up a little bit of something. Oh, she was nasty. Ooh. Shouldn't be that way. That was a big mistake that she made. With your support on November 5th, we will achieve success that no one can imagine.
This is what I mean by stop giving Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt. Because obviously, Donald Trump isn't going to personally, physically pose a threat to Michelle Obama, but there are millions of sycophants, bootlicking cult members who would gladly commit violence in his name. Does anybody like the idea of open borders as the crowd froths into a frenzy? You know, it's nasty to me. You know who's nasty to me? Michelle Obama. Whoo! I always tried to be so nice and respectful, says the man who for years fomented a conspiracy theory about Barack Obama, our first black president, not being born in America, questioning the loyalty of his citizenship, questioning his very citizenship, questioning his qualification under the Constitution to be president of the United States, thereby calling into question his presidency based on racism. But he always tried to be so nice and respectful, he says. She opened up a little bit. She opened up a little bit of something. Oh, she was nasty. Shouldn't be that way. That was a big mistake you made? What's the mistake, Donald Trump? You physical weakling, you coward. What's the mistake? Of course, he then shifts right back into rambling about the border mode, and we don't know. He knows, because we don't give him the benefit of the doubt any longer. I hope you're not one of those people. What his intent was is to cause her harm. It was not the only idiot moment of the campaign, though, or this particular rally. He made these comments about Kamala Harris, about what not a nice person she is, and that she used the F word, was caught on tape using the F word. And he was really beside himself with purity. And, you know, he's a righteous, mighty man of God, sent here by Jesus himself to save America. Watch this moment.
With your help, 8 days from now, we're going to defeat Kamala. You know, she's not a nice person. Does anybody know that she is not a nice person? In case you had any ideas. Did you see she used the F word the other day? She thought she was talking without a camera on. She used the F word. Did you see that? Oh, it's terrible. If that ever happened to me, it would have been front page headlines. Oh, boy. No, they got her using the wrong word, camera. She should be admonished for doing that, don't you agree? How about when her teleprompter clogged up on her? You know, it happens a lot. She was saying there are 32 days left, right? You know, she was well, right now there's 7 days left. Can you believe it? So, a few weeks ago, she had her teleprompter going blazing because she can't talk without a teleprompter. So, she's up there, and she got, there are 32. It stopped. I knew immediately. It stopped. There are 32. 32. She was gone. 30. She said it like 5 times. 32. Boom. Then it kicked in. Oh, did she get lucky? She got so lucky. But we're going to win back that beautiful White House, and we are going to indeed make America great again. We're going to do it fast. And I'm running a campaign of solutions to save our country. Kamala is running a campaign of demonization and hate. She really does. She's a hater. She's a hater. She was a lousy attorney general. She was a lousy DA. Horrible DA.
If that ever happened to me, being on tape saying the F word, it'd be headline news. I've seen him say this before, that it would be over for him if he were to use such vile, disgusting language. How non-Christian. Except we do have tape of Donald Trump saying vile and disgusting things up to and including, I'm not even going to include all of the racism and the misogyny and the violence and the rhetoric and the anti-democracy stuff. We'll just stick with the thing he's chosen to harp about, the F word.
They want to go in and raise the price of oil because we have nobody in Washington that sits back and said, you're not going to raise that price. You understand me? The messenger is important. I could have one man say, we're going to tax you 25%. And I could say another, listen, you mother, we're going to tax you 25%.
See this? This is me grasping at straws. Who knew this was going to turn into charades? Look, Donald Trump is a moron. We know this to be true. I mean, we've witnessed him over the course of the last 9 or so years on the public stage as a politician. We know he is unmoored from reality, that he has conditioned his audience, his fan base, to ignore his behaviors and instead focus on those same behaviors from someone else, like the F word. Do I care whether Kamala Harris used the F word? No. Do I care that Donald Trump is sideways threatening Michelle Obama? Yeah. And you know who else I think probably cares? The Secret Service agents who protect her, who are tasked with securing her. You would think that someone within his detail would think this is a bad situation, that this is a bad, inappropriate at the very least. It's bad for democracy. It's bad for good order and discipline among Americans. To think that it's okay to sideways, if I was to say something like this about Donald Trump, I might be getting a knock on my door from the Secret Service. And what exactly did you mean by that? But because he's also a protectee, they look the other way, I guess. They're not chirping in his ear about, hey, you need to tone it down. You're causing a threat to the former First Lady of the United States of America. If someone did this to Melanie, he called her Melanie in a tweet one time. If they did this to Melania, they'd be beside themselves, apoplectic with grief and disgust. Oh man, you can't do that. But because it's the party of hypocrisy, nothing matters to them. What do you think? I would invite you to this conversation. We can talk about it in the comments. You can also call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Remember to join us for the live stream on Tuesday. Click the link in the description to set your reminder. We'll look forward to it. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be not just covering the election, but having a little party, because it's going to be some good news. At least that's what I believe. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another. If Trump is reelected, he has made it clear in this Truth Social post that he is intent upon revenge against anyone who questions him. It's one of the many recent examples of his dangerous authoritarian mindset and his plans for a future where public dissent is not met with debate, but with prison time. As you might guess, few, if any, right-wing outlets are covering news items like this. And if they are, it's someone like belligerent Ben Shapiro boosting for dropout Doug Burgum in North Dakota. Meanwhile, an independent outlet like Mother Jones is calling it what it is: voter suppression as designed by Project 2025. To say nothing of the spectrum of takes on social media platforms like Trump's, they all serve someone's agenda. Where is the best place to get a clear view of the various angles on a story and cut through the noise of social media? Ground News. It's an app and website that gathers the world's news in one place and exposes the bias of every outlet. With Ground News, you can easily compare coverage across the political spectrum to achieve a more coherent understanding of a particular issue. Democracy cannot survive on blind loyalty and echo chambers. It requires independent thought and civil discourse. That is why Ground News is here and what it's all about. Use Ground News to keep informed about the Middle East or to find out more about labor strikes in your area. All kinds of things are covered. Expand your information base. Head to ground.news/Dollemore or just scan my QR code below to score 40% off the very same unlimited access Vantage plan that I use for this show. By signing up, you'll be supporting not one, but two independent platforms working to make media more transparent. Ground News and Dollemore, unlimit your knowledge with Ground News.